Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, evening headlines on January 23, 2023. AUKUS won't undermine Australia's stance against nuclear weapons. Turning problem sea algae into a replacement for plastic. Trump news today, Donald Trump fills memorial speech for vlogger Diamond with his favorite rally gripes. The Independent, Trump drops lawsuit against New York Attorney General Letitia James. BBC, Donald Trump and lawyer fined nearly $1 million for bogus legal claim against Hillary Clinton. Sky News, Trump news today, humiliated Trump withdraws suit against Letitia James after $1 million fine over frivolous Hillary Clinton claim. The Independent, Trump fined nearly $1 million for revenge lawsuit. Andrey Medvedev, Russian Wagner mercenary who fled to Norway arrested. BBC, former Wagner Group commander who fled to Norway arrested by police. The Guardian, Norway arrests former Wagner fighter who escaped from Russia. Al Jazeera English, Wagner deserter arrested in Norway. The Moscow Times, former Wagner commander who was seeking asylum in Norway apprehended by police. Gordon Brown warns of Tories testing the water for two-tier healthcare. The Guardian, Times letters, Sajid Javid's call for GP appointment fees. The Times, Shadow Chancellor says Sajid Javid's NHS proposal is not the answer. The Independent, mark my words, this will be the end of the NHS if the Tories have their way. The Guardian, USAF rejects charging for some NHS services, Scotland. Endangered foods, why our diet is narrower than ever, and the UK urgently needs to save these 7 foods. You find out who your friends are when you're skint. One of mine asked me to be his dominatrix. France to take legal action over nightmare plastic pellet spill. The Guardian, millions of plastic beads pollute French beaches, world. Alec Baldwin news, live, actor shares family photo after Rust involuntary manslaughter charges. The Independent, what is involuntary manslaughter, as Alec Baldwin is charged over cinematographer's death. Evening Standard, analysis, Alec Baldwin's Rust comments may have hurt him, some experts say. The Washington Post, Alec Baldwin news, live, actor to continue filming Rust after involuntary manslaughter charges. The Independent, Rust going ahead despite charges against Alec Baldwin. Jeff Zients to be Biden's new White House Chief of Staff, reports. BBC, Joe Biden set to appoint Jeff Zients as White House Chief of Staff. Financial Times, app sources, Biden to pick Zients as his next Chief of Staff. The Independent, Joe Biden's Chief of Staff Ron Klain to step down 2 years on from inauguration. Russia orders Estonian ambassador to leave country. BBC, Estonia, Latvia remove envoys to Russia in diplomatic downgrade. English News, News 18 Live. CNN News 18, Russia expels ambassador from NATO member Estonia after it calls for Ukraine to get German tanks. The Independent, Moscow expels Estonian ambassador in response to cut in Russian diplomats. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, Russia-Ukraine Live, Poland to seek Germany's permission on tanks. France protests, man lost testicle after clashes with police, lawyer. The Guardian, man, loses testicle, after being clubbed by police at France pension protests. The Independent, France protests, man loses testicle after clashes with police during Paris demonstration. News 18, man loses testicle in France pension protest crackdown, lawyer. The Local France, report, man loses testicle after clubbing by Paris police. Australian Open results. Novak Djokovic beats Alex de Minaur, Andrey Rublev Ben Shelton through. BBC, Australian Open live, Novak Djokovic caves into medical team appeal on injury. Express, slip of the tongue has hosts losing it over Djokovic footage, Today Show Australia. Today, Australian Open 2023, Novak Djokovic thrashes Alex de Minaur, as it happened. The Guardian, Novak Djokovic accused of breaking Australian Open rules in viral video of another mysterious drink. Pakistan power cut, major cities without electricity after grid breakdown. BBC, massive power cut hits most of Pakistan, BBC News. BBC News, tens of millions without power in Pakistan as national grid fails. The Guardian, lights out in Pakistan as energy-saving move backfires. Shropshire Star, Pakistan hit by massive power outage leaving 220 million without electricity. Russia-Ukraine war live. EU approves €500 million military aid for Ukraine. Germany starts deploying Patriot air defense to Poland. The Guardian, Ukraine war. Germany won't block export of its Leopard 2 tanks, Foreign Minister says. BBC, Ukraine war. Germany won't block export of its Leopard 2 tanks. BBC, is Germany letting Ukraine down? It's not that simple. Bloomberg, Poland ups pressure to send German-made tanks to Ukraine. Japan PM says country on the brink over falling birth rate. BBC, Japan's aging population poses urgent risk to society, says PM. The Guardian, Japanese PM urges arms boost in gravest situation since Second World War. The Times, Kishida prioritizes arms buildup, reversing low birth rate. The Independent, Japan's Kishida vows to raise birth rate. Monterey Park shooting, latest, video shows moment man wrestles gun from California mass shooter. The Independent, Monterey Park shooting, suspect found dead after dance studio attack. BBC, California gunman complained dance studio instructors said evil things about him. The Telegraph, App News Digest 3. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.